character episodes are gonna be amazing. Tekken 8 is almost here, and there are so many different features that we can look forward to. From the character customization, to Tekken Ball, to the online modes like Ranked Match, and Arcade Mode. There is just so much that's gonna be packed into this game. But one of the things that I'm most excited for is character episodes. For those of you that don't know what they are, character episodes are a what-if scenario if a certain character in the game won the King of Iron Fist tournament. And character episodes are really cool because they focus on just one character. They give personality to all the fighters in this game. So I think they're going to be great in Tekken 8. And on the Tekken 8 demo, you can go over to the tab, but unfortunately, you can't click on it. But it does tell us that it consists of 5 fights, kind of like an arcade mode, just a little bit shorter. So there are some images here from certain characters' episodes that I want to go over. We're going to start off here with Sergei Dragonov. Feel free to go check out the video where I first talk about these images, but here I want to get even more in depth. In the previous video where I went over these, you couldn't really tell what Dragonov was building, but now that we have a clear picture, we can see it's a tank, which I think is great, and it looks like a bunch of these model toys, which honestly look like a great time. What's interesting here is that all of the boxes look the same. Some of them have a different color on them, but I think they're all tanks. I don't know, I guess I thought some would just be different weaponry. But the nice touch here is Mokujin on the table, and he looks like a posable action figure, and honestly, I kind of want one. I also like how Dragonov has the radio and his tea on the side table here. This seems like a hobby he has to unwind, and with him being a military man, I can completely understand. Next up, we have Lily and Azu Senna. Now the real question is, whose character ending is this? In my personal opinion, I think it's Azu Senna's, because I think this is her home. We can see the mountains in the background like we do with Ortiz Farm. Now we know that her and Lily have a special intro together, talking about whether tea or coffee is better, and it looks like Lily brought some tea for her to try, but we have a ton of coffee in the background here that's most likely Azu Senna's brand. But not only are they having a drink, they're eating chocolate cake, so it seems like they're just hanging out and having a good time. I wonder what they're chatting about. Next up here, we got Marshal Law. I'm not gonna lie, when I first reviewed this, I thought it was Jin, because of the way Law is sitting is similar to Jin's ending in Tekken 5. But no, this is Law, and he's in the Bruce Lee outfit, and look at all the food on this table. Not to mention where he's eating. Like, this looks like a palace, kind of like Lee's mansion. But if we look at Law here, he just doesn't look happy. He looks dissatisfied. He looks bored. Part of that probably being that I don't see Paul anywhere near here, which we all know is his best bud. But I think the other part could be that he became the very thing that he hated, a rich person, which is kind of a dumb way to think about it. But really, I think it's that he realized, though he thought his end goal would be to get rich and have everything he ever wanted, maybe it's leaving him feeling empty inside, and he's missing the thrill of the battle, a worthy opponent. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too deeply about this. Next up, we got Ling Xiao Yu's ending, and I think it's funny how she's doing like a TED Talk, it looks like, on Panda Land, because this is an idea she's had for a while. We all know that Xiao Yu is a kid at heart, and she just likes to have fun. And while she has grown in maturity through the past few games, Panda Land's always been a dream of hers, I think, and it looks like she's finally making it a reality. So props to her. I wonder who she's pitching this to. Kazuya? She probably needs funding. Alright, now this is an interesting one, because I do not know if this is Kuma or Panda's, but I got a feeling that it's Kuma's, and I'll tell you why. I think Panda's ending is gonna have to do with Xiao Yu, not Kuma. But Kuma's ending, of course, makes sense to do with Panda since he wants to marry her. And also, it's set in space. Whatever's going on here makes no sense. But we've seen in previous Tekken games that there have been endings that happen in space, and I'm pretty sure they're Heihachi's. So I think that this is kind of a nod to his master, and I think that's really cool. I really don't know what's going on this one, why they're in space, why they're in separate circle containers, but I love how Kuma is trying to get his closer to Panda, and Panda's just standing there like confused, probably annoyed. I don't know, this will be an interesting one. Next up, we got Steve Fox, and honestly, this one doesn't make sense to me. On the surface, it looks like any fighter's dream, to become the champion, the best of the best. Steve is over here collecting belts at this point. And while yes, he does look happy in this image, I mean, who wouldn't be if you just won a championship? In Steve's bio, it talks about how he feels empty inside, how he searched for the past few years to find Nina, knowing that she is his mother. He wanted to have a relationship with her. He wanted to get to know her, and she just disowned him. And I really hope that they would do something in Tekken 8's story with this. Is that likely to happen? I'm not sure, but I think it'd be really cool for him and Nina to have a conversation, and her to explain why she's so cold-hearted towards him. And perhaps we find out that she never wanted this for him. As her child, she wanted him to have a nice, normal life, unlike hers. But now he's caught up in all the fighting and drama of the Mishimas. I think it'd be a really touching moment, and it'd be a cool way to end their story. But this being Bandai Namco, I'm not sure. I don't know if they handle emotional stuff well. Also, a nice detail on the images here is how the belts have foxes on them. Almost like they're specially made for him, like they knew he was gonna win. And last, but certainly not least, we have this image here featuring Jin, Kazuya, and Jun. This image alone is just amazing. Never have we had a scene where it's Jin and Kazuya not fighting each other, whether it's with words or fists. And yes, it looks like they are fighting here, but I think they're just sparring. And I love that we have Jun in the background just cheering them on. I really want to see this ending. I don't even know whose it is. My best guess is Jun's though, because I feel like Kazuya's ending would be him like ruling the world, and Jin's ending would be him stopping his dad and maybe bringing the world to peace. Probably how Tekken 8's story is gonna end. But I just got a gut feeling that this is Jun's, because all she wants is for her family to be together. And here they are on a camping trip. You got the world's smallest tent in the background. Like, there's no way all three of them are fitting in there. Then they got some supplies. Jun is sitting by the campfire in a chair, and we can actually see Jin's motorcycle in the background, which is the one he uses in the story that's made by Violet Systems, aka Lee. So I don't know, I'm interested to see where this goes, whether it's just them sparring and it gets out of hand, or it's just a montage of the Mishimas having a fun camping trip, but Jin and Kazuya just can't seem to get along. It's such a weird but fun idea. It makes me think of Lars' ending in Tekken Tag 2, where they're all sitting around the dinner table, but it's just such a foreign concept to me because we always just see them fighting each other. But that's gonna do it for me this video. Let me know in the comments down below whose character ending you're most excited to see. As always, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It really help me out, and I'll keep you up to date on everything Tekken 8 with news, guides, tips, and tricks. And I go live every Tuesday playing Tekken 8 with viewers. Plus, the link to my Discord is in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you'll see me in the next video.